Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie had known each other since high school. A lot of people would say that they were high school sweethearts. At some point in time, they moved in as a couple into Brian Laundrie's family's home, as Gabby was aspiring to build websites and to blog about their adventures together. On their final outing together, both went out as a couple, but only Brian came back alone. And before it was discovered that Gabby was missing, Brian had an attorney and then ran and is hiding. Since then, Gabby's been found dead, a victim of homicide. Now, it doesn't take a genius or a judge or a jury to tell us what happened. We know what happened. Sure, we don't have the details of how it went down, but we know what happened, don't we? Now, the question is why is this gaining so much momentum? Of all the missing person cases out there, why has this one grabbed the people? Why are people so invested in the story of Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie? Does it mean that the other stories don't matter? No, of course they matter. All the missing person stories matter. But this one, in particular, is causing people to become invested in it. Why? I want to share two thoughts with you. Number one, the first thing I want to share with you. We have been given a glimpse inside Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie's relationship. And in this glimpse, what we've been able to see are high highs through their YouTube channel and their TikTok videos of them having a great time and exploring and having intense moments of fun and eating and kissing and dancing and whatnot. And then we've also seen low lows captured by police body cam footage when the police were called on them for their domestic dispute. We see Brian with scratches on his face and Gabby Petito crying. And suddenly people see this and they go, oh my gosh, I know that relationship. I know that relationship. That was mine. That was my relationship. That's what it looked like with my ex-spouse. That's what it looked like with my ex-girlfriend, my ex-boyfriend. That's what it looked like with those friends that I was hanging out with. That's what it looked like at work. That's what it looked like in my family before I left and went somewhere else. And then now when we hear the disappearance and the untimely death and homicide, people are now saying, that could have been me. Now, I know that a lot of the news out there and the anchors, through their teleprompters and reading, they're saying Gabby Petito represents America's daughter. That could be any one of our daughters. And I'm not slamming, okay? I'm not trying to do that. I get you got to do what you got to do and you're saying what you got to say. But I'm going to do you one better. It's not just that people are saying, well, that's America's daughter. That could be anyone's daughter. People are saying, that could have been me. That could have been any one of us had we not gotten out of the toxic relationships that we've been in. You see, a lot of people are leaving toxic relationships at the signs of the red flags, and it's painful and it's excruciating. But now we see this story of Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie, and we go, that's it. I recognize that path. That's the path that leads to death and destruction. And that was where I was headed had I not gotten out. It's a story that resonates with a lot of people. And this is why the Royal We is here. This is why I'm here, by the way. And I'm not the only one across the YouTube platform. There's Dr. Ramani, Dr. Les Carter, Melanie Tanya Evans, Little Shaman, Richard Grannon, people all over with the same message, bringing awareness of toxic relationships and narcissistic abuse. They come from different backgrounds. Some have degrees and excellent knowledge of the psychology of toxic relationships. Others just talk from personal pain and experience. And one of the things I help people to understand when I'm having one-on-one time with people through sessions is, listen, we are all sometimes a very close, stupid mistake from being another statistic in this world of online dating, in this world of trying to trust new friends who are all up in your face and staying with family members who have shown you time and time again that you are the scapegoated person that they want to cuss at and call names. And so we look at the story of Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie, and it is a reminder of that path and why it's so important to act swiftly when a relationship becomes toxic. You get the help you need. And the help you need is not people saying, just love them more. Just try harder. It's that shame and guilt that's heaped onto people by churches, by family and friends, instead of saying, listen, if you're being called names, get out. Because abuse is progressive and it's going to get worse. We are in an age and in a time of division, not unification. Even in the Bible, it says, Jesus said, I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. And I will separate children from their parents and brothers from their sisters and boyfriends from their girlfriends. Didn't say that, but why? What's the separation? It's good and evil. And in this world of toxicity right now, it's narcissism. And there's a dividing line. And you need to decide which side you're going to be on. So this is one reason why people are so invested. The next reason is now that we understand toxic relationships and narcissistic abuse, people who have experienced these toxic relationships are watching to see how is the system going to respond? Where's the Calvary? The police know what happened. They know what went down between Brian and Gabby. What's going to happen? A lot of people are waiting. Hey, why aren't they surrounding Brian Laundrie's house like they did back in the old days? Throwing in smoke grenades, smoking out the whole lot of them, arresting the family, dragging them all in for questioning, right? The stuff they used to do with gangs. We don't see that. Now, because there's the threat of an attorney or whatever, we see FBI and police pussyfooting around. I know they're doing work, but people are like, come on. Gabby paid the ultimate price. Gabby Petito paid the ultimate price for her part in the toxic relationship. And staying in a toxic relationship is a part, right? But people want to see Brian Laundrie now pay his price. It cost Gabby her life. Brian needs to be caught so that he no longer has a life. And people want to see this. People are hanging on to this because a lot of people got out of toxic relationships feeling like there was no justice. They walked away with their heads hanging low, cussed at, emotionally abused, physically hit, scars on the heart, on the inside and on the outside that it seems like nobody paid attention to. And so we're watching intensely, saying, what will the system, what will the police, what will the Calvary do with this knowledge and this understanding of abusive, toxic relationships? It doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong in this when we know that somebody is now dead. We want justice. We want to see that we're not alone in our understanding of narcissistic abuse, of psychopaths, of antisocial behavior. We want to see that these people will not get away with it and be able to run and be able to hide, and that the families will be able to go silent and be enablers and not talk about it and not share information, and they'll be protected by attorneys. In a way, we want to see the outcome of this. We want a message to be sent loud and clear that abuse will not be tolerated, that you can't just run and hide. You can't hide behind an attorney. You can't be a family and not talk. We're hoping that the message is not being given out to narcissistic people, that all you got to do is lawyer up and be quiet. We're waiting to see. These are the two reasons as to why people are so invested into this story. One, it hits home. It resonates with a lot of us in our own relationships. And two, we're waiting to see the outcome. We want to see the Calvary. Is it really just us as individuals against abusive people? Or is there a broader knowledge and understanding? What's going to be done? Listen, I want to be a part of your healing journey. Down below, you'll find access to my calendar where you can schedule one-on-one time with me, telephone calls, WhatsApp, FaceTime, video calls. It's all down there below. So click on that link down there. I'd love to talk with you. Monday night is Royal We Live Chat. You can find the link to that channel down below. Saturday morning is Royal We Fellowship, an in-depth Bible study as it pertains to understanding narcissism in this world and how we are to walk in this world amongst narcissism.